think I need another cheeseburger.
When they said not everyone deserves a podcast, we didn't listen. The middle classholes.
In all of human history, boys, I don't know if there has been a greater advancement in... Look at this. There are some nerds sitting around a fucking table that deserve a fucking raise for what has happened to the disposable Dixie cup lid technology. Watch this. You see this lid? We're going to slide up, baby. And there's your motherfucking mouth hole. Do you not realize that I have on my car stains in the center console that just, like an archaeologist could go back and like, 1919. I know, that was his first cup of coffee in this vehicle. And just layers upon layers that me scratch through. I drove to work. I usually have to drive to work like this. I literally, with my thumb over the fucking mouth hole so shit doesn't splash out. No more! One piece. Solid. Done. Where has this been our entire fucking lives? Why? Why now?
Yeah. Wait, are you saying it fits over the red Solo cup? I fill you up?
It goes on, no, like a Dixie cup coffee cup. The disposable coffee cups. And now you put it on there, and you slide your lid closed, and you don't have to spill your coffee all over the center console of your car when you go around a turn down Red Toad Road that they haven't paved in 14 fucking years.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me, a guy I met from, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 relationships ago. He was the husband of this lady's cousin, and in conversation, because we were talking about Mad Men, and I said it always amazed me how Don Draper would pass out drunk on his fucking love seat and wake up without a wrinkle on his shirt. Hair was polished. You know, John Hamm, Don Draper looked incredible. Now, obviously, that's the magic of Hollywood, but this was like the 3rd time he brought up in conversation, like, yeah, and he had no coffee stains on his white T-shirt. I was like, does this happen to you a lot? Is this, are you just like a coffee magnet? Because he worked in the law office, you know, had to wear dress shirts all day, every day to work. And I just thought, Jesus Christ, poor guy. What do you need to either wait till you get to the office for coffee or figure it the fuck out. But Murd, you seem to have the answer, or not you, someone smarter than you that you now reap the benefits from.
Dixie,
my friend. Is that just a silicone piece?
You've never seen a disposable coffee cup? Has this never happened? It's plastic. It's the simplest thing in the world. It's just molded.
I'm trying to figure out why, you could just get those, right? Like at the coffee shop. Just steal an extra one.
It's a disposable. I don't understand you. You see, I work in an industry where nothing is sacred, okay? All your shit breaks. It's scratched. It's destroyed. It's dented. It's damaged. I buy disposable coffee cups. I make my coffee at home because I'm not an animal who needs to spend $6 for a cup of black coffee from some hoodwink who put it through a fucking, I don't know, strainer made out of pantyhose. No, I make it at home.
Extra for that.
And then I put it in this. I showed this to every human being I work with. Every single one of them was absolutely amazed. And I'm amazed.
Because of the slider.
Yes, because of the slider.
Okay. All right. Now we're on the same page. Listen, as a man who, if I was to put on a white dress shirt, white polo, a bottle of French's finest mustard would fly from wherever and just show up to ruin said shirt. So I'm all in on any anti-spill technology, but I just assumed that this was something you could obtain already. Because don't the coffee shops have?
No. Have you seen this? All right. I don't know why
I don't get coffee out either. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me. Like I'm a man who spills stuff. I'm surprised there's no wing sauce on this shirt right now.
The only comparable one I've seen, Murr, is the one that unclips and folds over 180 degrees, and the little rivet fills the hole.
Yes, and then you have to unrivet, and you have to unrivet and re-rivet if you want to keep it from flying out. This is one piece.
When you unrivet, you run the risk of a little spackle of coffee being on that little nipple and flying everywhere.
And I'm not worried about stains on me. I'm worried about just when I go around a turn, it flies out the mouth hole. And so I literally would drive to work and I'd have a burn mark in the center of my thumb from the coffee splashing up at, I don't know, 250 degrees. Just burn it. Now I drove to work today. Man, would you look at that? It's the simplest things in life. People are trying to invent stuff, AI technologies. This made me the happiest I've been in decades.
Damn, you're like.
So you don't have a reusable cup.
He can't get past this, can he, Wes? He cannot get past this.
I'm not trying to poke holes.
All right. I will also let you in on another little piece of knowledge here. So, disposable coffee cup, driving around all day, not a lot of places to go use the bathroom. We go in the
back on board.
We go in the cup, we empty the cup, we lid the cup, we use the cup again later when we have to. Then we don't want to do that.
Listen, I didn't want to make the magician tell his secrets, but I'm back on board.
Yeah. So I use disposable cups because if you use a regular cup, I sometimes, if it's like this winter when it was, I don't know, 10 degrees for like a week, yeah, I'll take a thermal insulated hard cup with me. But yeah, man, you try to pee in a water bottle, we're talking, trying to hit a dime. No, we're not doing that.
Those water bottles are pretty big, I thought.
I once knew a guy who, well, I still know him. He said his pee hole was too big for standard 20-ounce water holes. Yeah. I don't know. I'd never really asked. I took his word for it.
Just emptying in one shot. Blah, vomiting.
He just needs to bring his tuna can.
I wasn't actually interested in the size of his penis. It's just the pee hole I really had an inquiry about. I'm to fact check that.
Hey, man. It's a girthy hole, sir.
That's right. You. Yeah, that's right. Now this is incredible. I did want to say something earlier because I have a couple of thermoses that I take in. What are the main? What's the big company? Shit, why is it eluding me right now? The one
Stanley?
that hasn't. No, not Stanley. But anyway, neither here nor there. But yeah, like if I don't seal it all the way, and after, a road bump, a pothole, a speed bump or something like that, it kind of dribbles out the side. And then if I'm not aware of it, I do burn the sides of my mouth. And then I I put my mouth away from my body in order to not spill any coffee on me. And then all for a little caffeine kick. That way, when I get into work, I'm just a little bit more pleasant than I was if I was just off of 7 hours of sleep.
I don't even know if it works, man. I don't even know if it does anything. I genuinely don't. I don't feel any more awake. I just feel, I don't know, satiated in some capacity. I don't think. Right. I think they've been lying to us about coffee forever.
Big coffee has been at the game now.
Been screwing over Americans ever since Sanka came out with it. The main coffee before Starbucks was the mix it in hot water like bullshit instant coffee.
Yeah. Where did that go? That's still around?
It's still around. You can still get it. You can get yourself some Sanka.
I'd rather not. That would be on par with you figuring out where lube and other, sexual essentials are. It's like asking an attendant or someone at a grocery store, hey, you know where the Sanka is?
No, it's not asking them where it is. It's knowing that it's locked up behind a glass case and you have to embarrass yourself in some capacity in order to have sex with your wife in a comfortable manner.
I'm back with you. Cause on the other end of that, you also got to go to the next aisle and have them unlock the laundry case, the laundry detergent case at this point. If we're talking about even a Walgreens or a Kroger, King Supers. Yeah. They keep it all locked up now.
I respect your association. Okay. Thank you. I know you're just blasting everywhere. Good job. No, but see, this is the other
thing. Got it like that.
With the locked up lube in the case, now apparently employees at your local stores are experiencing just creepy old men who want to make women feel a certain way, browsing in the case while they stand there.
No. The magnums.
That's right.
How's the strength of the vibration on this one?
You got a RPM on that?
VPN? What's the pitch? What's the downward slope on?
I'm asking for a friend because I definitely don't have Peyronie's disease. He's still fit snug, right? Middle Classholes, everyone. Murphax man. That's got a new moniker now. Fox man. O'Reilly joining us from Denver, Colorado, I still presume, right?
Yeah. For the time, bunker undisclosed, or to, where did they used to say, Undertaker was from? Parts unknown.
That's right.
Where's that? Parts unknown. Warrior. Later on Death Valley. Then I don't know what it was in the American Badass. We got an action packed show tonight. Murr has a friend or foe about urinating in your vehicle. Yuck, yuck. We have a little bit of a sports recap, Fun Fact Friday, and then before you go, a police chief in New Jersey who let his department just absolutely run rampant with hijinks that any workplace environment is going to shit can him and then anyone else associated with it. But first we have to pay homage to a viral clip. And I was thinking about this today. Was viral even a thing in 2006?
The fact that this, well, I'd say yes, because, okay, the clip.
I know it was a thing. Was it defined as viral?
I don't know if it was defined as viral, but the fact that it's got the E-Bombs World moniker on the clip we're about to show you, I know that link was shared thousands upon thousands of times over AOL Instant Messenger. Absolutely.
I think if we look it up, the first like virally labeled or first video labeled viral, probably the Jaeger bombs guy. Jaeger bombs.
Yeah.
Jaeger bombs.
Oh, I was thinking that Chocolate Rain guy. He was a pretty big YouTube sensation. But I don't know when the term viral became like the synonymous phrase for a video that is blowing up.
So without further ado, we're going to share this with you. And this comes via Spartanburg, West Virginia at a CCW Starcade tribute. And our old man, Dave Mills, takes the microphone. Darn it. Had to sync it up. I messed it up. Sorry, guys.
Next question, Jeff. Where are you? Right there.
Yeah. I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for all you've done to your bodies. It's still real to me, damn it. I mean, thank you. Man. Thank y'all guys. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Fuck, for saying what needed to be said. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be listening.
Some syncing issues there. Apologies. Riverside doesn't do audio as well. And thank you, La Parka, for joining us, or La Parka 3 or 2 or LA Parka with the strut. Again, thinking about this long, probably more than I thought should have today. What does this guy think 20 years after the fact? If he were to join the podcast, what would we ask him? How old was he during that? What, 38? 37, he going on 55. And I think it also, go ahead. I'll ask more questions as we go.
I was going to say, depending on, what holler they were doing that down in, that might be a hard, Southern 28.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Might be coal country.
I think Mountain Dew and chicken wings might age in a minute.
That's right. Father Time hasn't been so good to you. It does pluck a little bit of a heartstring. We, as wrestling fans, me with my Steiner Brothers shirt on, and O'Reilly with his La Parka hat on, and Murray, we've talked ad nauseum about. There it is. The his words do pluck a heartstring. You know what I mean? It for the deep down wrestling fan, I get it. I don't. I laugh at the guy, but I admire his fortitude to put himself out there and get so worked up emotionally to cry in front of Terry Funk and Jim Cornette and Bobby Eaton and, a who's who of wrestling.
I think Mick Foley's there too. And there is, O'Reilly, you're up, but like there is a line in the wrestling sands of, I guess, pre-screw job, post-screw job, real, admitting it's not real. And so that poor guy, imagine that. It's like Santa Claus took his beard off in front of him, like before he unwrapped his presents. That's what happened to this guy.
It's the thin veil. It's the thin veil. You know what I mean? Because we'll go, the screw job era can be a dividing line, but there's also when Vince Jr. took over for Vince and started conglomerating all the territories, right? Because you could have a little more suspension of disbelief, right, back in the day, because this was everybody from your town would be going to this. This is like before, people had TVs, not before people had TVs, but before it was like everybody's in front of the fucking TV every night of the week. You know what I mean? This is like back in the day in the South, like the territories were respected. You know what I mean? From the podcasts that we've listened to about, wrestling history, blah, blah, blah. The territories were very, very respected, cut and dry. It's like if you go, into somebody else's, you got to announce yourself, stuff like that. And it was a real big blow, I guess, to a lot of smaller leagues when Vince started conglomerating, picking everybody up, and then everybody turned into kind of like a feeder for the WWF, and then we went to WWE. We went into the 90s, the Attitude Era, and it was like, yes, it was real. After the screw job, it was like, boom, the whole veil is off, and here we are. So, and this guy probably like grew up like going to these like small like arena shows, like in a high school gym, but that was like the big thing in that town that weekend.
Yeah, I mean, they still do, like, there are still smaller promotions. Actually, smaller promotions are getting bigger. I think the more that people are becoming disenfranchised with the television products. But no.
Agreed.
But Wes, I know you have a good history of like the NWA and early WCW. I'm really good with WWE, WWF. Like, what you sum his emotions up. Like, as a normal person that his world didn't shatter around him, you sum up your stance on wrestling.
I don't know if I had this conversation with my father, but I do think at some point, once all the imaginative things that were told to me when I was growing up, my parents didn't necessarily like have this sit down moment like, hey, Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, all that stuff's bullshit. You kind of figure it out. And at a certain point, I'm still watching wrestling. And I think at some point my dad's like, hey, that stuff's not real. I was like, yeah, but I don't care. I still enjoy it. I still want to believe that what's going on is real. And I think that guy probably never emotionally got over that fucking hurdle and then got his chance and got the microphone and saw some of his heroes before him had the opportunity to speak and emotions just overcame him. And that's fucking beautiful, man. I mean, it's funny. It's worth laughing at. And I still say it. I still like, it's still real to me, damn it. But I salute the guy in the fact that, at 11, 12, 13, maybe 14, if you were a little less immature, a little immature. But at some point, you got to start realizing, like, okay, if you watched a boxing match or an MMA match or something like that, and I think that guy just, I don't think he had that in mind. I think he probably wanted to sign off with that, like, hey, it's still real to me, guys, and hold the mic up and pass it along, and then bam,
yeah, and also again. Going off of what Fox said, adding that to what I said, it's like that was a different era. That was like, and the dudes in that room were a different era. It was all storytelling. Because in the 90s, we went heavy with like Mr. McMahon was getting blown up in an ambulance every other week or a limo, or, somebody's lighting the limo on fire. And like, I was like, oh, I didn't know they could dig a grave in the middle of the United Center. Like, how are they going to fix that for the basketball game?
Yeah.
So it's like, talking about. With those dudes in the room, that's probably what had him nervous,
And you're talking about a time where like bad guys only hung out together outside of the arena. I went to a community college event where WWE put on, and Danny Davis, who was like a referee turned bad guy / semi-jobber / something, and he wouldn't sign autographs. Not because he didn't want to, because he's a heel. And he was told, into the fucking kids when he leave the arena. And I was like, God, what a jerk that guy was. And now I would like to tell Danny Davis, that was great. Fucking A, brother.
Earthquake always was apparently Earthquake was like the sweetest, largest man, and he loved kids and he wanted to give them autographs, but the big was like, no, you crushed Hulk Hogan's ribcage. You can't sign autographs. So you got to be mean to kids, and he hated it. But
you made snake burgers from Jake Roberts from Damien. And served it to Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon.
But you can't blame this guy, because I know we're like, well, you think at a certain age he would have gotten it. But when you go back and you listen to some of the stories from the territories, like O'Reilly was talking about, like there were times where like heels would get guns pulled on at the show. I think Jeff Jarrett was talking about how I think his dad was in a beef with like the Junkyard Dog, and like somebody tried to shoot the Junkyard Dog. Like they thought he really blinded a guy, and it was just all fake. And it was like, I'm going to get you for blinding our local hometown hero. And so these were, grown ass men with revolvers trying to shoot wrestlers because they thought the thing that was happening was the God's honest truth. But I almost feel like we're the luckiest age group as professional wrestling fans, because we know both worlds. And I wonder if our child, think about this, if we knew it was real when we were kids and they admitted it was real, most of the characters that we beloved wouldn't have ever worked or been a thing. The Undertaker. There's a guy with supernatural powers who's undead who comes to the ring with a Paul Bear and the fucking power is in the urn. If it's not real, there's no reason. That's just dumb. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work.
The Mountie versus the Big Boss Man,
Yes.
the shock stick match.
He's a correctional facilities officer who just he got tired of his job and he cracked too many skulls. He had to come to the professional wrestling ring and show the world what he's all about.
And if you ever find yourself down in Cobb County, Georgia.
But also, on your point, Mer, we grew up in the most ridiculous era as well, right? It's like everything Vince was like, we need over the top character. The Irwin R. Schyster, like this accountant is jacked. I'm gonna do my taxes when I grow up. He's after the $1 million man, obviously.
Well, and I gotta say too, I always feel for Bret Hart because I loved Bret Hart growing up, and I don't think people understand that the new generation just thinks Bret's a whiner because he hates Bill Goldberg, and it's like, oh, you forget that Bill Goldberg was a professional football player who ended his career with a fucking unpulled kick to the fucking head, and then, of course, The Rock technically ended his career, not Dwayne Johnson, the one in the park when he fell off his fucking bike and busted his head and gave himself a stroke. But Bret Hart was he was the professional wrestler. He held the line and made you think it was real because he went out there like, I'm the WWF champion. I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And if anybody wants to take this title, they got to out-wrestle me. His whole thing was, I'm a professional. That was his gimmick. I'm a professional wrestler. The best wrestler that there is. And when the screw job happened, it was kind of like, well, if this is all fake, what's the point of being a skilled professional athlete?
Right. I mean, I would also have a little chip on my shoulder if my dad was the one who ran the dungeon, you know what I mean? The most infamous, like, training ground of all the territories, right? Everybody who talks about Stu Hart's dungeon is like, that's the hardest thing I've ever done. So, like, imagine going through that, being the son of Stu Hart, and then getting this huge slap in the face. You can kind of see why he's never gotten over it.
Yeah, and I always, the Shawn Michaels thing with him and Bret, it's like Shawn crumbled under the pressure of being the WWE champion. He couldn't carry the company, but he always mocked Bret like, you're so boring, blah, 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 blah. But boring Bret he did Lonesome Dove episodes. He went on every talk show. He did Entertainment Tonight. He did interviews. He hugged kids. He signed autographs. Like, the guy carried the company. And then when Shawn Michaels got it, it was like, uh-oh, I don't know how to handle this. And I think we forget that, this entertainment industry it's not as easy to pull this shit off. And I do feel for the wrestlers of today because it's like you're trying to get a gimmick over when everyone knows it's a gimmick. Back in the day, It was like, I want to get this gimmick over because if I get this gimmick over, people are buying it because they think it's real. And now today, it's like, we all know it's not real. We just want to be entertained by it. And that's why Danhausen's such a fascinating thing, is because everybody's willing to just be like, we know this is all bullshit, but man, you are fucking killing it with what you're putting out there. Well done, sir.
Well, hindsight is 2020, but you could look at some of those gimmicks and be like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Sure.
The dentist, the ding dongs, to name a few.
Oh, the bushwhackers.
Well,
we got these weirdos from the outback.
But see, that works because that makes me, there's schizophrenics everywhere. They just happen to be from Australia.
It's it. Didn't clean so well.
The Godwins, like, how many hillbilly inbred tag teams are we going to do?
True, but how many inbred hillbillies do you want to run into? They do have freak strength.
That's right. Yeah, Hillbilly Jim not only was 6'8", but that guy could. Yeah, he could. Yeah, I think he could plow through a few burgers in his day.
No disrespect to Hillbilly Jims. So we're talking about the old era where everybody respected kayfabe, and for, you kids who didn't get wedgies or give wedgies in middle school, kayfabe is keeping up your character. Like, if you're a good guy, you're a good guy all the time. If you're a bad guy, you're not signing autographs and you're a jerk to people in the grocery store, right? Macho Man Randy Savage, my spirit animal, was notoriously known for staying in character all the time.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to add to this, to put a capper on this, was like tie it all back, right? So this guy, I had said earlier, was
Sorry,
crying.
You're accidentally doing Macho Man the whole time. You're like, tie it all back.
He's running through the veins tonight. I'm channeling. We were talking about this guy who was moved to such emotion that he starts crying in the wrestling gym. Because it's still real to him, damn it. But now we're in this social media era where every wrestler, you got to pump your numbers. You got to be big on socials. So you got to have your shtick on the socials. Maybe you got a side project. Maybe you're doing a couple movies. Maybe you got an album, right? And no, not harshing on that. Get your bread, but pick it back up at least. Start some beefs, start some beefs on Twitter, throw some shade on, TikTok, whatever, but a little bit of kayfabe would be nice. I don't want to see, if Alexa Bliss is doing the haunted doll shtick, it'd be a little creepy. I don't need a sing-along from Brian Cabrera.
Yeah. Well, geez, that's a name I haven't heard in goddamn decades. But the one thing I will add, though, when the McMahon character came out, Mr. McMahon, and then you had Stone Cold, it still worked because it was you just broke wrestling, and then Steve Austin came and was like, I don't give a goddamn about wrestling. I don't like you. I'm going to beat my boss up because he's a dick and he fucked everything up. And so I think everybody, and then and that was only a 5-year period with Austin. And once that was over, it was just there wasn't, you're right. There's no kayfabe anymore. Austin was somehow, that's the beauty of that guy and that character. Somehow he made the kayfabe from the reveal still kayfabe, and then nobody else figured out how to channel that energy. But then you still had Shawn Michaels just going out there and putting on a fucking show, and that worked. Right. And once the old guard died, they're gone now. I mean, who's left? Who's the oldest? I mean, Cena's not even technically part of the old guard. I don't even think he's old guard. He came in after anybody, in my opinion, who came in. No,
Cena was Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah. I feel like
right after
Attitude era. And I feel like anybody that came in after the screw job, they're not old guard. I mean, it might be old, but that's been a while.
Kane retired recently.
Goldust, Dustin Rhodes, he's still wrestling over in AEW or Ring of Honor or whatever. I think him and Sammy Guevara were just tag champs in ROH.
I just think
if we're even considering Goldust the old guard.
Yeah. By the way, I sent Wes the clip. Yeah, we got a clip from, I think it's 1995. We're heckling Goldust right over the old barricades, man. And that's the other thing they need to stop doing is stop with the glamour bullshit. It needs to look a little more like they're wrestling inside a high school gym and a little less like they're wrestling in some aircraft hangar with fucking video screens everywhere. Let's make it a little more real. It's supposed to be a sport of the people. Okay? It's supposed to make rednecks cry in a gymnasium with wooden bleachers.
Yeah. Have your girl yell at you on a Wednesday night for being drunk and watching the TV. I'll agree with you there because, the whole AEW versus WWE thing has been whose crowds are bigger? And they're covering up that part of the arena. They're covering up that part of the arena. They can't sell tickets. I agree with you there, Mur. It's shut it down. Shut it down. Stop trying to make it look big and over the top. If you're not filling a place, have it look a little more rugged, have it look maybe, I know you don't got 2 stories, but maybe make it look like the ECW arena.
Yes.
Which again, that's a classic, right? That'll still sell out to this day.
Yeah. And have enough God, just seeing a guy climb up the 8-foot tall, basketball hoop in a middle school and dive it off. There's just something with a little more pizzazz and charm to it than what they're doing these days.
And an athletic director's holding his breath. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It was just that money coming.
By the way,
I don't
last thing I'll say, and this is a little segue into something I thought of earlier. I do have a wrestling gimmick. I want to see if you guys think it would work. It's a guy. For weeks, they just show him rocking back and forth in a room, and he's watching old VHS tapes of wrestlers. And his whole gimmick, his name's Schizo, and he comes out, and he's like Taskmaster. Every wrestler he's watched, he comes out to their music, in their getup, and does their moveset. And every week, you don't know who you're going to be wrestling. It's going to be him, but what version of him it's going to be. That's my gimmick.
You kind of got like a little bit of a
like
Mick Foley
this.
thing going on. Yeah.
We could do
that's where it came from. The Mick Foley, the Dude Love, Cactus Jack, Mankind. And I was like, well, what if you just extended that to any wrestler who's ever wrestled? Have him come out as Bret Hart one week, Stone Cold, Undertaker's music. It fucks with the crowd. They think it might actually be that person, and all of a sudden it's him.
Then you throw him a curveball and give him doink.
I bet that could be a good last run for our boy Jay Lethal.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, have him, but it's got to be. I don't care what anybody says. We can complain about wrestling all we want. The WWE is still the creme de la creme. It's the place where you go to be seen. It's the place where the action happens. And I do love the fact that these other organizations are out there, but I still think it's just like anybody can be a great world-class mixed martial artist, but if you're not fighting in the UFC, no one's going to know your name.
Right. But competition will make everybody, better and try a little harder. Because if you're at AEW, we've seen people want to move and go to WWE, right? Yeah. But they're not doing shit with our boy Penta. Last note before we end this segment, I am very into this shirt you've got on, Wes. How long have you had this? Give us a close up, please.
I actually thought that was Mark Marrow on the bottom, by the way.
Is it the 1, 2, 3 kid?
This here is the Steiner brothers doing the Bulldog off the top rope via WCW Saturday Night, the arena that they had, the pre-stage thing that they had in Atlanta. I've had this about 6 months. It was total drunk buy. I had bookmarked it, and I was like, well, $34.99 plus shipping. Okay. I think I can scrape that together.
Is that Buff Bagwell getting his neck broken right there?
I want to say this is just a regular old jobber, maybe Eddie Guerrero. I don't know.
By the way, you bring back jobbers. Bring back jobbers. That was
Brooklyn Brawler.
But see, Brooklyn Brawler was like he was. I don't know, he's a king.
Who's the guy who slapped himself in the back?
No, that was he had a really Jewish name. That was his whole gimmick. Is I'm Jewish and I like me.
Harry Wolowitz or something like that?
Yeah, Barry Horowitz. That's
Barry
it.
Horowitz, yeah.
Barry Horowitz.
Wait, Barry Horowitz, that was
he was a jobber.
Didn't he have a real character?
But that he was a great jobber though. He ended up he actually got a run, I think. I think he ended up maybe winning an IC title at some point.
There's actually a good story. Jericho was down in the dumps in WCW and he had a couple good matches with this guy, the Joker. Or Christ, maybe it was kind of like a Maverick gimmick. He came to the ring with a bunch of cards and always got beat by the Stars. But Jericho's thing was like he was just down to the day. There he goes, slapping himself in the back. Actually, Barry Horowitz had a jacket with a handprint in the back. So he could slap it. Anyway, I digress. Raul, you want to give a shout out for your custom NWO t-shirt?
Banshee's House of Dye on socials. This was a white NWO tank top, sent it over, did this sick, custom dye job on it. Nice. Really awesome. I had someone make me a Macho Man jacket years ago. I've still got it.
Got a lot going on.
This mask coming from Mexico is coming off now.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. We made our own NWO shirts.
The reveal. He's sweaty.
He took his mask off. I think he's supposed to do that. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break on the Middle Class Holes. We'll be back with a friend or foe and a scoring with the Middle Class Holes, a quick sports recap. Be right back. All right, party people. When I say middle, you say Class Holes middle. Wait, what the fuck?
The Middle Class Holes, everybody. Time for a segment we haven't done in a while. It's friend or foe.
It's been a minute.
Gonna read a news story to you, see if you agree or disagree, friend or foe. And tonight's story comes out of the great land of China. Chinese car makers, Cirrus, they are going to potentially be creating a vehicle with in-vehicle toilet that slides out from underneath the passenger seat for visits to the loo while on the road. The feature is meant to satisfy users' toilet needs on long journeys while camping or staying in the car. Cirrus, based in southwest city of Chongqing, they say that the loo will come with a fan and an exhaust pipe to channel odors out of the car. Waste is collected in a tank that has to be emptied manually. The toilet also features rotating heating elements that evaporate urine and dries other waste When not in use, the toilet is concealed underneath the seat, making full use of the space inside the car without requiring any more room or modification. So, friend or foe? Are you for or against toilets in cars? Friend is yes. We live in an era where cars go further, you travel longer, nobody wants to get off the highway, nobody wants to stop. It's kind of disgusting, maybe, but it makes sense for the journey. Or foe? No, I don't need somebody pooping in my car while I'm driving down the street. And I don't know if this influences you or not, but voice command, you say, give me the toilet, and the seat opens up from underneath your nether regions. Raleigh, for your first friend or foe, what say you?
I'm going to go friend, just like I did last time. Friend, why? First of all, yes, I will agree with all the practical reasons. For a road trip, this is better than, waiting for old Seabass to kick the door in the middle of nowhere. This is, better than any sketchy middle of nowhere toilet or no toilet at all and having to pull off on the side. Practically, practicality wise, utilitarian wise, I love it. I love a road trip. If I didn't have to get out, great. We're making better time. And you know what? We like to make good time. But from a purely consumer little kid standpoint, I think we've all been wanting this since the first time we heard about, the legendary lazy boy that has a toilet in it, which, probably not a real thing, but I think maybe we saw it in a Married with Children or, some sitcom from the 90s. Maybe one of us had used it in a business class for an invention, got a decent grade on the project. But yeah, as a man who's always wanted the lazy boy with the toilet in it, I will take a Toyota Tacoma with a bidet that sings to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the professor takes mercy on you and gives you a C+ for ingenuity, but shitty presentation. So you put your penis right here, it goes in, and you don't have to leave the lazy boy. And as an extra one, I got a beer projector to you. Shoots it right in your hand. Look at that thing. I just keep drinking and peeing all day. I think, it's weird. I don't know if this gives you the details within the article. Ooh. Is this driver only? Do you know?
No, it's passenger only, which is another point I was gonna get to, but go ahead, lay it on.
Yeah, I feel as though there was a movie called Clear History. Have you guys seen that? It's Larry David on HBO. Yeah, and he quote unquote invents this, but it's for the driver only and it's for guys only. And John Hamm has to break the news to him like, it's half the consumers. Women can't use it. It's a fucking shitty invention. And he's like, no, but look, the tube fits right around your penis. And you can pee while you're driving. And it makes total sense. It's just I'm gonna have to foe it until I see it. These prototypes, I don't know, man. Like, what is it? Some sort of like vacuum you open up? Does it turn your seat into a porta-john? Does half your seat just go in somewhere else and then you're sitting on like somewhat of a porta pot and you piss and then it comes back out? Is it a tube? Where does this go? Where's the splatter? I just feel as though there's some sanitary questions that I have around my car. Not that I drive the cleanest car around the block, but I don't know, man. It just seems kind of funky.
I'll agree with Wes on that one point I didn't think of, because if, like you said, it's got the automatic voice controlled open and the automatic voice control closed. Gentlemen, as we're getting older, things are hanging lower. I can't have my sorry I'm late, boss. My my car ate my balls.
My balls got caught in my car toilet. Yeah.
Yeah. This may be good for my friend with the pee hole that was too big for the 20-ounce opener, But circa 2002, wasn't necessarily thinking. We just pulled over on the side at 695. Drunk, not me, the driver.
I'm only going to foe it because it's on the passenger side. I feel like the point would be for the driver to just be able to keep going steady as she goes.
You have a road trip yourself, a 6-hour, you got to get from, let's say, Baltimore, Maryland to Columbus, Ohio, or Chicago. Chicago's 10 hours. Not saying you want to do that in one swoop, but Chris, you're going to take a piss break 3 or 4 times.
I mean, I get it. I guess you could hop over to the passenger side, but then what is the point of the voice activation and all this? I also have questions about, so does your passenger, who you're like, all right, strap in, we ain't stopping. Like, hold on. Let me get my pants and underwear off before we start this trek. You know what I mean? Because what's then the point of the voice activation? Because you're going to have to disrobe before you say, open the loo, as the story continuously refers to.
And I got two other points I want to make. One, I don't know if as a driver, if I want to see my boy like, hey man, I'm going to take a piss. And that's regardless of how this technology works. Fuck you, man. And two, if it's kids in the back seat, they're going to fuck with it. They're going to make this thing malfunction. Toilet open, toilet close, toilet open, toilet close, toilet open, toilet close. Oh, what?
One more thing to break and one more thing to fix.
That's true. Yes. And and it is probably going to up the price of the vehicle. But I mean, I guess if you've got that kind of money to buy a car that has an automatic fucking toilet in it, you're not really concerned about dollars and cents.
I don't think anybody in the Phantom is going to be taking a shit. You know, I think this is more econo van.
This is
just like the tour bus.
Only, damn it.
That's a good point. Is the people who use its taste and bank account is so low that it just you're wrong. Right product, wrong market, and so there's a balancing act that needs to happen there that's not going to be available.
And I'll tell you, I'll friend the theory, but I'm
changing
the product.
Yes, because it's better to have. It's better to have. Yeah, this is a tough one because it's kind of better to have.
Who doesn't want to pee when they're on a road trip?
Or if you got explosive diarrhea and you don't have a choice, like. I mean, you can't blast ass on the side of the highway.
You picked the wrong roller dog.
God, that would make for a friend story for a lifetime. True. Your grandchildren are going to be talking about that. Hey, remember when you're in the back passenger seat and you fucking diarrhea shat in the middle of the car trip? Oh God, and we could all hear it.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like I could make a much cheaper model. I mean, the environmentalist wouldn't appreciate it. But how about just a hole in the car that you can just pop open, piss on the road, shit on the road? It's you know what I mean? Like Mother Nature's gonna clean it up for you later.
Yeah, immediately it popped in my mind. Someone slipping on a banana peel at Mario.
On a big old turd.
Your shit is the cause for a.
Well, we're out here on I-70, ladies and gentlemen, where a turd caused a bus to chain react an accident that killed 400 people.
I think let's go back to the market.
Cliff, is that you?
I think anyone who will put this in their car is the same person who owns a Sawzall that can just make their own.
Yes. Yeah, and you're right.
Listen, McGinney, Raleigh, you're right. Listen, someone is going to get the specs on this, and then you're going to get a DIY on TikTok. Like, fuck that. Watch this. and hilarity will ensue.
Yeah, I don't think you need a piss evaporator and all that horse shit. So, I want to friend it, but I think functionally and realistically, God damn it, I hate throwing poop and pee, but
I don't like to take an opinion back and do a 180. But yeah. Gonna have to foe it. Can't get these boys stuck in the automatic closer.
Yes, and when it comes to defecating in the car, brother, you gotta ask yourself one question.
That's our friend or foe?
Well, what's your answer?
I'm foeing it.
All right, then it's unanimous, and that, my friends, is your friend or foe.
All right. Tonight on the Middle Classholes, we've talked about sports a lot, but we're going to bring this down to a brand new segment called Scoring with the Middle Classholes, or the Middle Classholes Score. Well, I'll just bring that out to a test unit to see what works out better. I'm going to read you guys 4 sports stories from the week, talk about one of them that you want, but I think we'll obviously talk about all of them at some point. I want to keep this down to 5 minutes. So first of all, Spain, the new world champions of the World Cup, they defeated Argentina 1-0. Ryan Fox won his first major championship at the Open Championship, but it might have been overshadowed by Bryson DeChambeau's penalty strokes, yada yada. ESPN cleaned house. They fired longtime analyst and play-by-play guy Carl Ravitch and Ryan Clark in the middle of a segment, and then 3 WNBA stars. Yeah, 3 WNBA stars denied the 3-point contest. Inescu, Kaylin Clark, and let's see here, Kayla McBride. Big Star said, nope, we're not doing the 3-point contest. Raleigh, I'll start with you. Which one do you
I got
have an opinion?
Couple opinions. You want me to just like quick fire? Or you want me to pick one story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So I'll just go because it's,
one,
you know,
then we'll see where we go.
A capper on what we've all been watching for the last 6-8 weeks, right? World Cup. You guys know me. I'm a sports guy, not a particularly huge, you know, knowledgeable soccer guy. Got red carded out of every game in elementary school. But
still a record.
It's hanging up in the referee's office. I think this was the most engaged I've ever been with a World Cup. A lot of people are talking about how it's been and tell me if I'm wrong, one of the best World Cups in a long, long time. So many, you know, storylines going on. As a casual fan and love to see people having a good time, I loved watching all the side shtick, like the Koreans having a great time in Mexico, the Scots drinking all the booze in Boston. Like that's the stuff I find hilarious. As like a people person, I love, you know, when you get everybody outside their bubble and having a great time. I think, the Mexico story is probably the biggest part of the whole thing, right? Despite, you know, Spain winning the championship. Like this is the best furthest Mexico's ever gone, and being a host country, pretty awesome, right? And who'd have thought you'd have a Latin American cheering for Spain, but yeah, we all hate Argentina. That's all. Okay. That's go.
No, dig it, man. Good analysis. Andrew?
The Ryan Clark story, kind of fascinates me. I'd feel bad for him as somebody who worked in broadcasting and watched plenty of friends and colleagues get like just canned instantaneously. The segment he got fired pretty much immediately from is when he looked at his co-host and said, "You're saying that as a non-player." And I felt like he was big timing his panel. And for people that are working at ESPN and analyze sports at ESPN, a lot of them didn't make it to the show. And so by saying that, I kind of like was like, ooh, you kind of hit your own death nail with that one. You swung your own hammer, dude. Because if you start to discredit anybody who wasn't in the major league part of the sport, they all played sports, I'm sure, they just didn't make it. If you start to discredit everybody that's on that network who didn't strap on a uniform on a Sunday, well, then you're discrediting anybody who speaks on the network. And so if you're already kind of on the chopping block, like, get him the fuck out of there. We're done with him. We don't like it. Kind of sends a message, and I don't know, but it sounds like, from what I understand, Pat McAfee's about to sign like the biggest contract ever, and they're just
24 hours of McAfee.
Make sure everybody doesn't keep the lights on. Yeah,
lovely. Yeah, the Clark thing, I have a hunch that was a long time coming, and they wanted an excuse. Ravitch kind of bums me out because he's been a voice for ESPN for about 25, 30 years. But ESPN doesn't do, or is no longer going to do Sunday Night Baseball, which kind of cuts, you know, his work hours, substantially. Sucks. I get it. Yada yada. The one I wanted to get on, since you guys didn't pick it, DeChambeau overshadowing Ryan Fox winning the Open. For those of you who don't know, he was assessed a 2-stroke penalty for improving his lie, which he trampled down a bunch of grass when he went to hit a ball. The thing is, I get it, because he finished his round. Then they made him go back to the 14th hole and explain to him, and then he defended himself. What I don't like is then the excessive whining. I'm not going to play Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to get fucking Donald Trump on this. It's like, come on, man. I get it. You're upset. I'd be upset. I would be fucking livid. I don't even agree with the rule. The rule's the rule, though. It's just fucking take your medicine, shut the fuck up, and play or don't play. You know what I mean? Don't show up on Saturday if you really feel that bad about it. Lastly, the 3-point contest, WNBA. Listen, I know I don't watch the WNBA. I watch more women's college basketball than I do WNBA, and that's not a lot. I usually just watch the Final Four and the finals. But the stars aren't showing up for this, and you're talking about growing your sport. This is kind of a fucking slap in the face to, you know, everything that you're about.
Can I ask,
if you will, if you
agree or disagree? I didn't see the story. Did something happen, or are they just like, no, we're not going, we're going to save ourselves for regular games?
So it's the equivalent to like NBA when they do the All-Star weekend where they have the 3-point contest and the dunk contest. They They got the biggest stars. They invited the biggest stars, the WNBA brass, Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, and Kayla McBride, who are three of the biggest stars and three of the best.
So I guess I'm asking, did something happen? Like, is this like a protesting thing?
No.
They're just not going to do it?
No, just said, no, just don't want to do it. Sorry.
I'll say this. The only one I'll defend is Caitlin Clark because they don't fucking like her. I don't know why. I don't understand. The WNBA has, like, they got all this pop because of this one person, and they have just fucking shit the bed every way they can. Like, I was actually kind of excited to watch some of these, at least, like, the Fever games, like, a year or two ago. And now I'm just like, I mean, I see all the things. I see, like, the choke on the ground, all the fucking hard fouls and all this. Not inviting her to the Olympics.
That's
not
crazy.
Putting her on the fucking poster. They put Angel Reese on the poster, the 30-year poster. They don't put their number one draw. That's like having, like, Hulk Hogan fucking running wild with Hulkamania and leaving him off the fucking WrestleMania poster. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So for her, I'm like, yeah, fuck them. Don't give them any more eyeballs than they deserve. But for everybody else, like, yeah, what are you doing? I don't
disagree with them not inviting her to the Olympics. I don't personally.
That's fine. But again, even as an alternate, because the world wants to see her, like, get her in for 5 minutes.
Sure.
But the point is like, you're trying to expand the sport. Are you more concerned about winning a gold medal, or are you more concerned about growing your viewership in your home country and across the globe? I think that's. You can claim she didn't deserve it for talent because she wasn't there yet, but I mean, for marketing purposes, let's keep the train rolling, baby. The thing that's stupid about them not participating is the 3-point competition doesn't cost you anything. I get when guys don't want to do the dunk contest because you might blow out a ligament, anything. Something can happen. I get that. Because that's a very physical action you're pulling off. But to shoot threes,
anyway,
you're going to do that for 3 hours tomorrow on your off time anyway. So why not just do it for the crowd?
And let's put this into perspective. Like, whether you guys know this or you don't, these three women, including another person, I'll have to look it up. There's someone else who declined the offer, who's also another great 3-point shooter. This would be like Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen competing in a 3-point competition with the talent. This isn't like, hey, they're stars and they're kind of good 3-point shooters. These are 4 of the best 3-point shooters that the women's game has ever seen. Right. Yes. I don't know. I've kind of figured that it's been a long weekend. I have to play tomorrow, and I don't know if I want to be in this 3-point competition. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, that's just bad, and by the way, that's, again, WNBA shit in the bed. They should have put a clause in. If you're an all-star and we ask you to participate in one of these events, you can't turn it down. Like, if you force their hand, like, you at least have to be in it. They're not going to want to embarrass themselves, and they'll put on a hell of a show. And Caitlin Clark, I mean, I've seen the threes that chick drains, man. Like, good God. I mean, if she wasn't guarded by the men, I mean, I'd put her up against any man in the NBA for, like, 3-point accuracy any which way.
Yeah. Hey, real quick before we get to Fun Fact Friday, a quick break, then Fun Fact Friday. Any thoughts on the finals, Spain, Argentina, which was at 3 p.m. Which you were a little miffed about.
I didn't get to watch it. I have, like, 1 day off a week, and I had to, I was home alone with the boy, so I had to entertain him. Then I had to, like, convince him to, like, sit still for, like, an hour and a half. I had to mow the grass, and by the time it was done, I was like, oh, shit. It was, like, 4:30.
And all the action happened at the end.
So, no, I didn't watch
for once,
it. Because Raleigh, my whole bitch was they played it early for the European market when it was in my home fucking country where the time zone worked for me, and they elected to do it at a time that didn't work for me when they could have easily put it on at least pre-prime time. They could have put it on at 6, maybe even 7 o'clock. That's not even that big a stretch for Europe. And nope, couldn't do that. I wanted to drink beer and watch the game and go to bed drunk.
I'll agree with you there. I'll agree with you there because, and I guess this is also just the diehards here who, you got to find that one soccer bar in your town that'll open at 6, 7 a.m. when the game is right or the club is on. But I'll agree with you. We're hosting over in our time zone. You guys get up a little early or stay up a little late, right? I think that would have done a lot more for markets here, for bars here. Like, were there people out? yes, like I left one bar that was packed, right? But that's a sports bar. Went to a brewery, plenty of seats, but it was also, and again, casual fan. I was going back and forth talking to some friends. And then when I heard someone, I'd run in. So yeah, but again, if I had anything else to do other than nothing, I wouldn't have been able to watch on a Sunday, cause again, that's when we do stuff, right? Laundry, groceries, lawn, so I'm with you there, Mur.
Yeah. Thank you. But I do agree with you though. I think the group stage was the most entertaining part of the whole tournament. Teams that shouldn't have played above their heads did, all the culture, experiencing the entirety of North America. That was at first I was like, why don't we just get it? Why does Canada and Mexico get it too? And then I saw everybody like enjoying the fuck out of themselves, and I was like, well done. FIFA did something right for once.
Which brings selfishly, I want to say this. So the next World Cup, Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay are going to host centennial ceremonial matches, 100 years of the World Cup, 1930, 2030. And then everything is going to migrate over the Atlantic to Morocco, Spain, Portugal for all the other matches. And that's fine. At this point, I agree with it. Like especially like the expanded group stage, more matches, the infrastructure, you got to have more stadiums, you got to have more travel, you got to have more hotels. I really do think they ought to bring this back to the States sooner rather than later, man. Don't wait another fucking 30 some odd years.
Yeah. I mean, I think by combining countries like that, I think you do regions, do hemispheres, like do it hemispherically. Yes. Like global regions, like, because, I mean, Europe can host an entire, like, instead of trying to, like, force one country to have enough stadiums to control it, be like, all right, fine, we're going to do the UK, France, Germany, Spain, Portugal. Like, have games all over there. Because they're easy to travel to, as long as everybody's got their, passports and shit. And then, I don't know, do an Asian one. Send them down to, I don't know, the Philippines. And
Korea, Japan, Taiwan, China.
Well, Taiwan is China, remember?
I thought they broke off.
Well, it's not. It's an international incident that John Cena has lived, by the way.
America's diplomat.
It's called Chinese Taipei is what it's actually.
Yeah, and they're good in the Little League World Series. I understand. Yes, I'm familiar.
Yeah, but do it regionally, and then you can kind of rotate a little bit faster and get it back here quicker.
Right, because it would
only take 12 years.
Back to what we were saying about the culture.
Raleigh, you're right.
Like everybody just bopping around, like instead of everybody just bopping in England, they're bopping in England, France. Wherever else, Spain, right? So you're mixing it up even more. I think the more mixed up, the more fun. People it's like, okay, we're not just fish and chipping for, the whole time. And especially in Europe, probably, I'd say probably a little easier if you're just, or a little lighter on the wallet if you're just taking a Ryanair flight somewhere. You can go to the other country, come back to that country, catch a game in the other country, very affordable. Oh, absolutely. I'd go for the Freaky Deaky Dutch. I'd stay there.
Take your post too.
Can I make one last comment to the Ryan Clark thing? Bayless and Coward all the time are always mocked for never playing professional sports, right? So, to your point earlier, was there something deeper going on with the Ryan Clark thing?
That's tough to say. I mean, ESPN is never going to divulge those details. I mean, like I've never heard like a guy like Tim Kirchin, who probably hasn't played baseball since he was in high school, say something like that about another colleague. I don't know. All I know is not necessarily unprecedented. I think it's happened once before, but he was there. They cut to something else that was out of the studio. Then he wasn't there.
Yeah. I saw the exchange,
which is absurd.
I saw the exchange and I was just kind of like, well, that means under these parameters that Ryan Clark is then setting forth, like you don't have an opinion on anything we're talking about.
Okay.
So I was just like, that's not a good, you know what I'm saying?
Like for a guy who sits on a panel with Mike Greenberg, you know what I mean? Who hosts the show, who's been a prominent announcer and analyst, and a play-by-play guy who's done multiple successful podcasts and shows like that. Now has what he's like, is it Get Up that he does? right? Yes, it is Get Up.
Okay, I don't watch sports television anymore, buddy.
I'm not talking about the Peter North video that you're familiar with from 1994.
He said this to Greenberg.
I'm talking about the show on ESPN.
Okay.
No, but I'm talking about like Greenberg. No, it wasn't Greenberg. Sure. But I'm talking about like a guy like Greenberg who hosts the show. No one's going to say that to him.
You're right. Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't have picked on a colleague like that. Yeah.
But I also know he's been doing I guess he has a podcast too, and he's been doing a lot more like
so is Stephen A.
And I don't know. There could be. Stephen A. Yeah, I know, but Stephen A.
Yeah, he's a lot higher.
Look, yeah, I don't always like Stephen A. But he's talk about kayfabe. Stephen A. Smith is a professional wrestler with no boots on, and he does it well.
Speaking of which, bring back managers. Yes. Stephen A. would be a great one.
Damn right he would. I want to be a manager. I'm always want to go find our local wrestling place. Listen, I can talk on a mic. Let me manage your dumbest guy in the back. Give me the biggest guy. I'll ride on his back like Master Blaster from fucking Mad Max. And his big
MCW, listen up. Murr wants in.
I can get up ringside.
Rocky Mountain Pro, listen up. Raleigh wants in. I'll bring my own gear.
I can jump on the ring, on the ring, outside, holding the ropes.
Oh, yeah.
Distract the ref and take a bump. Take a punch, fall down. And I can throw an inanimate object to my buddy.
And I will use I can't jump at anyone, but I can be thrown like a ragdoll in the direction of a human.
Yeah. I can hold the top rope and have the face
untie a turnbuckle cover,
springboard in, and then look like, holy shit, what did I just get? What did I get myself into?
I can pee my pants on command.
That's right, and I don't have to be in a car to do it. All right, that is Scoring with the Middle Class Holes. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Fun Fact Friday. And before you go.
Intelligence.
Dealing with the superior intelligence.
And now, Fun Fact Friday.
All right, here we go, folks. It's time to expand your mind with your Fun Fact Friday, brought to you by our very many sponsors. Of course, you can find the Shin Splints Recovery Group on Facebook. That group continues to be in the zeitgeist, Wes. I'm so sorry. I don't know how this happened. It's got over 3,000 followers now. I see a new person asking questions about their leg pain. Sarah has some pain at her knee and above her ankle. So maybe she needs to jump on the Shins Recovery Group.
If I had suggested the Shin Splints Recovery Group about 20 minutes ago, divorce papers would have been filed, by the way.
Of course, there's Flat Earth Science, Advocates for Truth on Facebook, and our great buddy, The Cuckster. Find The Cuckster on both TikTok and Instagram. That's Cuckster for Life. Cuckster for Life on both TikTok and Instagram. Let's get to it. 5 fun facts for you on a Friday. These all have to do with social experiments and how humans react. Did you know psychologists explored the power of small lucky finds by planting dimes in the coin returns of public payphones and watched what happened when the users exited? Those who discovered the unexpected dime were dramatically more helpful. Nearly all stopped to aid passengers who had spilled an armful of papers just outside, while those who found nothing never did. This demonstrated how fleeting good fortune can break routine mindsets and spark spontaneous generosity.
So a dime's worth of luck makes you a better person.
Just finding something for you thinking it's my lucky day, you're more willing to help humanity because the universe rewarded you.
So I do wonder if was the paper spilling staged?
Yes, 100%. The whole thing is staged.
Okay. X Factor's the control in that subway tunnel.
Oh, that's unfortunate. All right. Guy finds a dime. He does a double heel click outside of the phone booth, and then you're going to spill the papers.
Yeah, but isn't it? I mean, okay, a little lame. You're right, but it doesn't take much. I guess that's the point. To change our brains, it doesn't take much. We get this one thing oh, it's my lucky day. Oh, that's that guy's unlucky day. Let me use my universal luck now to reward someone else with my generosity. So
see, Raleigh, this would have played into our hands because we went to college in an era during a particular happy hour where that would have gotten us
that
10-ounce beer.
You never know. That could have been the 1 10-ounce beer that could have changed your night. Dude,
Wait, you got a 10-ounce beer
dimes
for 10 cents?
at the Republican Club of Frostburg.
Dimes, baby.
2 nights a week. I don't know how they
The
made
old
any
Diamonds
money.
Lounge.
Well, I guess on the $5 cover. And then you get down there, and for whatever it was, 6 to 10, 10 to 2, I forget. It was slide a dime across, or, slide 50 cents across, be like, I want to buy some for the ladies at the end of the bar. All of them. See which one appreciates it.
What?
I'd like to buy a Beast. I would like to buy a Beast Light.
Your
for
finest
a lady
8-ounce
down
cup
there.
of Beast Light.
Yeah. Now they did away with this, but there was on Tuesdays and Tuesdays only from 7 to 9 it was dimes, and then from 9 to 10 it was buy one get one free mixed drinks. Rail. And I figured out that I said, hey, forget making it 2. I just want 1. And I want Seagram 7. What? No, all I want is Seagram 7s in there. And they would actually pour about 3 or 4 cups full, probably like 5 or 6 shots of Seagram 7. And I would carry in a little bit of Coca-Cola and just top it off. And then I would black out on the Tuesday.
Nice. Well, I feel like that's... You're right. That's probably how they made money. They were like, all right, we're going to charge them a cover, and then we're going to get them so black out, they're just going to leave. And they won't be drinking any more of our free beer, essentially. Good God. The only thing that saved me when I went to College Park was it the Brick House? It was an old gas station converted into a bar. And so the only way I got away with it was my dad had a credit card for me for expenses. I was like, yeah, I had to get gas. And the receipt would always come up as
That's awesome.
Brick House Filling Station.
Nice.
Yeah. So I used my
I'm
emergency credit card.
I'm only there at 9 p.m. on
That's like
Wednesdays.
how the Gentleman's Club comes up as Himalayan Enterprises LLC. So you can still expense it.
Right. Exactly. Well, did you know, in a clever test of everyday attention and appreciation, renowned violinist Joshua Bell performed incognito for nearly an hour in a busy Washington, D.C. metro station during rush hour, playing masterpieces on a multi-million-dollar instrument. Despite his talent and his beautiful instrument, only a handful of passengers even paused to listen or recognize the extraordinary performance during their daily rush. Most hurried past without a second glance. The experiment revealed how context and expectation shape what we notice and value in ordinary moments. So their point is that if this guy was playing in a concert hall, you would pay hundreds of dollars for a ticket, but because he was playing for free on the street, everyone was like, fuck this guy, and just moved right on.
Yeah. Did you say DC Subway?
Yes.
I mean, Raleigh, you probably have more intimate knowledge
DC
of this
Metro,
than I do.
Yeah.
I was a commuter there for 2 months for a little stint down there. I can tell you right now, people there could be a boxing match going on, an amateur boxing match. You'd be like, oh yeah, cool, all right, way to go. I mean, I don't have to like it to understand it.
Yeah,
people are just rushing to get to work.
Well, I think it's that nobody gives a fuck about a guy playing a violin, no matter how good he is, no matter how expensive the instrument is. Yeah, I almost feel like people that enjoy that have been convinced that it comes with this upper crust. So you have to pay for it. You have to go.
I'll agree with half of that.
I mean?
Sorry, were you?
Yeah.
I'll agree with half of that in the sense that
no, go for it, man.
Wes is 100% right. Everybody that is packing, and I know it's not New York, right? I know it's not New York, it's DC. But still, everybody that's on that train, and if they're doing it during rush hour, whether it's morning rush hour, afternoon rush hour, everybody's on a mission. You're either coming from or going to a job, and you're lucky if you like that job, right? And the DC Metro is the place that you will learn to walk on the right, get out of the way, speed it up, fella. And so, like Wes said, I don't care if they're handing out $20 bills. I got to go to work. I got to get the hell out of this tunnel and go somewhere else. People are busy, but put it in, put it down near the mall, put it in Chinatown outside the MCI Center. And, people stop and watch, just like, in maybe Louisiana's not a good example because that's a music city, and that could very well be the next whoever right down there because everybody's talented down there. But like put him in a city square and people have time to watch. Get him out of the metro. He's taking up space.
Yeah, dude, there was times where I had like 3 stops, and when I first got on the train, I was like in a cart that wasn't good enough for me to get to a particular like plateau or a like a stairwell. So during the next stop, I would get off and go up in the same train two train carts down in order to position myself to get a better position to get down to another train. So if I had missed one of my trains or one of my connections, sure, I would have stopped and listened. But otherwise, no chance.
But my pushback is this, though. So nobody knows who a violinist is. But if it was like, I don't know, U2, people are stopping. Like, oh, shit, that's Bono. That's Bono. They're not going to push past them. So it's for me, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what that really speaks to be honest with you. Everybody finds classical music. They've got this thing about it. Like, oh, it's the perfect music. It's cultured. It's this, that's that. But nobody really gives a fuck about it at the end of the day.
Because I feel like if you stopped, the guy would be like, "Hey everyone, my name's Bono." Oh, it's not even Bono. God damn it.
Well, did you know researchers examined social influence and conformity by having folks face backwards in crowded elevators or perform other minor norm violations in public, and then recorded how bystanders reacted. Passengers often quickly just joined in with unusual behavior themselves without any explanation. So people would stand backwards on an elevator, and then they would be like, oh, I guess I need to stand backwards on the elevator. So facing the back wall instead of the doors, and it just goes to shit. Groupthink is a big fucking thing, and in this era of social media groupthink, we should all take maybe a little note from this little
sheeple. Fucking sheep, man.
Yeah.
Laying down for the man.
Because I feel like I probably wouldn't verbalize it, but I would definitely mentally think, what the fuck are you doing? And I definitely wouldn't turn around. So I kind of maybe pat myself on the back a little bit. Or maybe I would face it with them and be like, hey, what are we looking at, guys? Huh? What are we doing? And just mock the scenario. But to fucking blindly follow along.
I'm not getting on that elevator. Wild. I've seen enough horror movies to know somebody standing in the corner, we got a possession situation. Or if this is a public elevator in a major city, who knows? Maybe he's pissing and still don't want to be in that elevator.
Yeah, this isn't the first time you've brought this up. And McGinney, are you like socially? Is it always on your radar that something?
What do you mean?
Something terrifying's happening? I don't know, like you said. The last time you were on, you were like, "I've seen enough horror movies to know that you don't pick up some lonely stranger on a dark street that's just standing there in a rain jacket." And then you just brought this up about like, I've seen enough.
No, it's not going to terrify me. I'm just not going to
in an elevator
put myself in the situation to be terrified. I know it's probably very inert, right? But it's like I'm just not going in. Like I don't like water that I can't see through. But also, I watched a man take a shit on the DC Metro one time. So,
wow,
that happens.
Yeah. That's not a horror movie. That's just horror.
But where I will, I'm gonna stick up for O'Reilly here because, like, is it likely to ever happen? No, but. Head on a swivel. When it does occur, he's the one that gets to cross his arm and be like, I told you.
Better to have it and not need
I'm
it,
alive
right?
and you're not. And you're a news story. 100%. Always be prepared, baby.
I kind of feel like that at my age, I usually, if I'm walking and I have to fart, I stop because now at my age, there's like about a less than 1% chance that I'm going to poop my pants. And I don't even take that chance anymore. Yeah, we'll say, okay, 2.5. Okay, all right. But I don't even take that chance anymore. I stop and I fart and I go along my way.
My insanity is I always keep string and paper clips in my car. They're universally.
Like M. Night Shyamalan thing.
It's something. In case I need to fix something with like very, like, you know what I mean? I always keep a thing of paper clips and a thing of like twine or string, like where it's in my bag, it's in my car, it's everything I carry. I've got that on me. I need to fix something.
MacGyver?
I don't know. Maybe I watched way too much.
I'll
MacGyver
stick up for you here. I've got various 50 feet lengths of paracord and rope in different, in a go bag, in a first aid kit, in the car. And they've come in handy in situations, but like, I don't know, as a Boy Scout, it was like drilled in my head, 50 feet of rope anytime you go into the woods. I'm like, okay.
That might be the next wrestling character. The Boy Scout, always be prepared.
By the way, I don't want to do that, but fucking Kurt Angle. God damn it. Anyway, moving on.
Drink your milk.
I'm going to glaze over this one actually because it's kind of similar to some of the ones we've already done here. Did you know, in a classic Cookies for Kindness field experiment, researchers gave unsuspecting shoppers free cookies in a mall and then observed how the small positive surprise affected their willingness to help strangers. They did another thing where somebody actually accidentally dropped papers and blah, blah, blah. The people with the cookies helped. People with no cookies did not help.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you want to brush through this, I'll add one thing. When someone does that to me, I always say, "What's the catch?"
Just like the elevator.
What are you selling? What are you selling? What do you got?
Is this a poop dollar? Is this a poop cookie?
Yeah.
That guy didn't really drop his shit. He didn't drop those papers.
Files
they gave me a
I'm
cookie.
Put my hands on any files.
I'm gonna watch him pick them up.
Days.
Yeah. I was an asshole before the cookie. I'm an asshole now.
Files.
That's a good point.
I can litigate.
And finally, and this is my favorite one, did you know psychologists from Université Caccalacatta in Milan tested whether an unexpected event could make people kinder by sending Batman into the subway. A female researcher wearing a prosthetic belly to appear pregnant aboard a Milan metro car as the control was set into this experiment where they had her standing up. There was a man in a full Batman costume on the other end of the train. People only offered the woman their seat 37% of the time without Batman present, but with Batman present, 67% of them gave their seat up to the pregnant woman.
I thought for a second I was going to say the Italians are coming for you, but fucking maybe we need to send a little Doge action over to the universities there. What is this experiment?
Yeah, and that university as well. By the way, we're going to have to repeat that. I'm fascinated. This is out of Milan, you said?
Yes.
I love the fact that there's no red tape that has to be cut through 1,000 fucking times to perform an experiment where Batman stands on a train. I think they're like, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, just got to do that.
Maybe everyone was distracted by Université Caccalacatta del Sacraca Corica in Milan, but Batman on the train, pregnant woman gets to sit down. No Batman on the train.
It can't be
no pregnant woman sit down. I mean, it is.
They need to hire 10,000.
Sounds like the Milan
Batman.
Police Department's getting a new uniform.
Or women. All right, boys. Listen, we're gonna have to shed the blues for a tighter black.
But you get a cape.
and what's his homeboy that he calls back to? Batman.
No, Alfred. No. Alfred.
Yeah. When you
anywhere.
It's Alfred. All right, Alfred, all the time.
But this one's fascinating to me because one,
the Bat Chamber, right, Murr?
Yes, the Bat. That was. Well, I'm trying to remember. Wes didn't know it was called the Bat Cave.
Did you say the Bat Chamber?
I said the Bat Chamber on a podcast That's about awesome. 5 years ago, and I've never lived it down.
Bring that up for the anniversaries.
No, but what's fascinating about that is like, okay, we did talk about professional wrestling tonight, kayfabe and all that stuff. Like, Batman is a fictional character. If someone dresses up like Batman on the subway, they're a crazy person. But for some reason, having a crazy person dressed up like Batman causes you to fear Batman enough to give up your seat to a pregnant woman. 50%
I'd say they have to do another control where they like put a security guard or a cop there, because I think Batman in this situation is just translating to authority figure, right? Even though it's a fictional character.
Yes, right. So, but you are, I agree, but the fact that there's a 50% increase in behavior, like with a fictional character, it's still that's
Batman
wildly fascinating.
over the Milan
you're right.
PD.
It is the presence of an
Start
authority.
an international incident. Here we go.
Yeah.
But the reason it works though is because that means that Batman is seen as an authority figure, even though Batman's not real. The perception of an authority figure that's gonna fuck you up for not doing the right thing. I don't know that
so
one.
Let's in the essence of our wrestling theme here. Let's tote the line. It could never happen. God rest his soul. Okay. Sid Vicious is on that subway.
I think you're getting a punch in the face no matter what.
I don't know that you have
with the vest and
I think everyone stands. I think everyone stands up.
That cart's empty.
Taking a power bomb. Power bomb on the way to work. But right. I think also, whether it's Sid Vicious, whether it's a guy in a Batman suit, they go right in the same bucket as the guy who's standing backwards in the elevator. I want nothing to do with him. And not from a scared perspective. I don't have the time.
Right.
I know, but I think it's kind of wild that it makes you more compassionate. Because obviously you have to have this inner sense of like, I'm not doing the right thing if I don't perform this action. And so like it's I don't know. I don't know what the psychology behind it truly is.
It's the symbol of like, what Batman, like everybody knows Batman, right? Whether you're casual, whether, you're a comic book dork, everybody knows Batman, right? And you can like glean that like, or at least you can glean something from the multiple movies that have been out. Like you can't tell me you haven't seen one, right? So it's like, oh yeah, there's like, maybe I'll do something nice because it's like, I see this symbol of, justice, right? Maybe it's that simple. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's as simple as like,
Batman. Agreed. Take it to that. Yeah.
Right. Well, how about this then? Okay. We can rough the numbers in as much as we want because we're just spitballing here, but you said it went from 33 to 66% roughly.
Yeah. 37 to 67.
Okay. What if Robin was there? That would drop.
Yeah.
That would drop, right?
Have Robin give up his seat.
Yeah. Boy, I wonder what that douchebag's doing on the train.
What's Batman's sidekick doing here?
Fuck out of here, buddy.
Tim O'Donnell.
He's got the nipple suit on.
I'm sitting down to protect my ass. Fuck that. And that, my friends, is your Fun Fact Friday.
All right. Tonight on Before You Go, we bring you to the great Garden State of New Jersey. New Jersey police chief has been accused by 5 of his officers of turning the department into, quote, an animal house, rife with harassment against his employees, including incidents of him defecating on the office floor, spiking the office coffee pot with Adderall and Viagra, and jabbing one of his officers with his penis. In his penis with a hypodermic needle. Chief Robert Farley, no relation to Chris Farley. What's that? Chris. A veteran of the North Bergen Police Department is also accused of harassing officers outside of the office by sending packages containing sex toys and gay pride flags to their homes, as well as retaliating against them by denying promotions and assigning officers to the night shift, according to notices to sue that the officers have submitted the township of North Bergen. So basically, this Wahoo created a TV funhouse in his own department. Your thoughts? Did hilarity ensue? Did this guy find a job anywhere? Is this someplace you work? Is this a good work environment?
This sounds like a Michael Scott mixed with Super Troopers situation, and it was only funny to him.
Right.
But you know my stance on the police force, so maybe they all deserved it.
Well, it was only 5 people that raised a stink about that. I think there were other people who were like, "Yeah, this is great. We get to poop. We get to."
Nah, I'm pretty sure they were scared shitless of this guy, and they didn't want to reap the repercussions of like whatever. Dude, he was lighting off okay. He was lighting off firecrackers underneath their chairs while they were working. That's kind of tame and kind of lame. The one that I don't know, that this can't be made up. Apparently, he dropped trowel in the middle of the office and shit on the floor in front of his employees. Like,
yeah, what's the problem?
Alpha.
Yeah, this guy's protecting and serving, man.
Yeah, well, because I have a full list here somewhere. But Wes, what is okay? I know you're not our legal expert. I know he's but
gotcha.
How do you see this going? If these are all alleged incidents, considering how many of them there are, what's your defense?
Well, I think there's probably the defense. Well, hold on. Let me backtrack. There's the lone human resources person in this department has blown their brains out because they don't want to deal with everything that's about to happen. And secondly, I don't like spiking the office pot with the office coffee pot with Adderall and Viagra. Yeah. That sounds like 154 all over, baby.
So
except we didn't have the
made
money
our
for
college house
either drug,
a police department. Got it.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, what are the numbers?
Did clearances go up?
Crime rate around this area.
If clearances went up, then maybe he had a leg to stand on.
Yeah. What was the break and entering statistics on the North Bergen area?
Yeah.
What was traffic jams like?
We're going to need the numbers.
Let's get to the hard hitting questions. We want to talk about defecating, Viagra, and sexual harassment.
That's all that matters.
Was the town safe?
I'm gonna go through a quick list, and I'm just gonna go thumbs up, thumbs down. Putting ink on door handles, thumbs up. Setting off car alarms, thumbs up. Leaving crumbs on desks, thumbs up. Putting hot sauce in the microwave to create fumes that were similar to pepper spray throughout the office.
It's a real Dennis the Menace.
Down on that. Oh, you're going thumbs up on that one. Okay.
Dennis the Menace.
Shaving body hair onto people. Shaving his body hair.
The old gorilla mask?
People.
Hey.
The old Abe Lincoln? It also means that he's going around, he's popped the top, had to unbutton the captain's shirt and then get a shoulder down there.
Scraping fluids from underwear.
What
and spreading it onto people. It means like, I think I sharted my pants. Let me get my credit card out and fucking
he's hitting them with the duck butter.
Yes.
Good dirty fun.
Okay, as we said, defecating on the floor in front of staff.
Listen, I'm saying they deserved it. I'm saying all thumbs up.
It's gotta be done. Yeah. Listen, is he a motivator? Come on. Bob Knight used to do this to people. His team. And Indiana won 3 national championships.
Leaving his poop on the bathroom floor for people to step in.
Yeah.
All right, so his eyesight wasn't so good. Couldn't see the ball.
Let's see. You already got to the spiking the coffee.
Does it say what was in the needle?
Needle, Jesus.
Not that it matters, but I'm interested.
Jamming
people with the needle?
Generally just
okay. I'm gonna have to go sideways on that.
Yeah.
I think basically they found out the Bic pen didn't do so well, so they went to needles.
Like needle from an evidence bag.
Evidence.
I mean, we've already gone over the rest of them, but exposing himself to the office and making inappropriate comments coming out of the bathroom. So
I imagine it was one of those smaller, like Berg departments where the bathroom is right up against the bullpen, so he's just probably got the door open, yapping from the bowl.
I mean, where is Batman when you need him? Jesus Christ.
Excuse me. I do wonder, like, did this go on so long that he thought,
this had to have gone on for a long
fun
period
will
of
never
time.
end. I'm good. I'll never get caught. Yeah.
You don't get away with, you get away with one of these. You're like, all right, let's do this one. Oh, I got that one out. Let's do this. Then you got to one up yourself. He's like fucking jackass with fucking dudes with blocks and tasers.
You didn't say anything about taser shenanigans. You would have think that would have been right up there. Or the old office pop.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
They missed out. Yeah. We could have been there.
He had to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
then he snorted that line, and then he
Yes.
put Viagra and stuff.
No, but I mean, in all seriousness, though, like, doesn't this kind of come down to like we've been talking about police for a long time? Like, we're like the culture of police. Like, maybe the job should be taken a little more professionally.
Maybe you have the day you deserve.
We solve some issues. If this is the guy at the top, this is the guy we promoted to the head dude. Like, all right, well, it might be a problem that we maybe shouldn't even fight in court. We should probably.
Also, this has got to be like, there's nothing else going on in this
It's like Dennis.
town in Jersey.
And remember, folks,
Yeah.
Ryan Clark
Yeah.
got fired in the
Like,
middle of a segment.
They're not sitting on top of Satrials, waiting for somebody to come out of the deli. Like, they don't have shit to do. Just more against the Italians. All at
Yeah. I remember. I'm picturing Dennis Leary from Who's the Man. Banging the cow.
I mean, they could reboot Police Academy or
Doctor.
Reno 911 with this department.
All right. Yeah, the North Bergen Police Department. Right there. Psh, that's good.
Boot goofing.
All right. Book it. Murr, you know some people.
What am I doing?
Yeah, you're calling your execs.
No, we got to get the pitch together, and then we all walk into the office.
It's,
Yes.
it'll be the Truman
Truman Show.
The Truman Show
Yeah,
style.
kinda.
The Truman Show style. All right, folks. That Anaconda. God, where's John before we need him? All right, that's all the time we have here on the Middle Classholes. You can find us on all your social media platforms. Let's see if I can do this more. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at the Middle Classholes. You can email us at Tickle Our Tummies. You can also find us on all your social media platforms: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Woo! Look at that.
Close. You almost got it.
Miss.
You said social media platforms twice. So anywhere you get your podcasts.
Anywhere you can get your podcast, right here at the Middle Classholes. We'll be back next week. Whew, man, my wife's got a torn ACL. We're going to go deal with that.
Give her the old
Take her easy, Macho Man. Good to have you.